Merida is one of the most badass Disney princesses. Katniss Everdeen ain't got nothing on her. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this awesome Merida doll cake from the movie Brave. Let's get started. Now the first thing you're going to need is your doll cake, and I covered mine in some brown fondant. Now if you want an in-depth look at how I got my cake to this point, there's a video for you in the description box. And once we're here, we're going to take our Merida doll and we're going to place her in the middle. Then I'm going to seal her in with a little bit more brown fondant. Only the right side of the brown fondant is going to be exposed on our cake. Now Merida spends a lot of time in the woods, and I wanted to incorporate something that kind of looked like tree bark. So I'm going to take my knife and I'm just going to score the sides of it. Now we're going to work with some blue-green fondant. So I've rolled out my blue-green fondant. It's almost like a cerulean blue, except there's a hint of green in it. I'm going to cut out a half moon for her top. Then I'm going to wrap it around her waist and cover her chest. Now I'm going to roll some fondant into a ball and then flatten it out with my fondant roller. Once I've got a nice round shape, I'm just going to fold the edges in together to create a ruffle. And I'm going to need about 6 of these. I'm going to place a panel of blue-green fondant onto the left, but I want it to start at the right side of her waist. So I'm going to take a knife and score my brown fondant so I know exactly where I'll start and finish. Then I'm going to take 4 ruffles, and using a little bit of water, I'm just going to attach them to the brown fondant along the line. Now I'm going to roll out a huge piece of fondant. You want this piece to be long enough so that it goes from her waist all the way down to the bottom of the cake. I'm just cutting out a very misshapen circle. Then I'm going to cut out a little circle at the top, which will give us space for her waist. Again, with a little bit of water, just attaching it to the cake. Now I've got the same color fondant, but this time it's 4 times as dark. I'm just going to roll it out and then cut out a long rectangle to give her a cape. I'm going to curve the top part of this rectangle so that it doesn't appear on her neckline. Apply that with a little bit of water. And now we're going to move on to some kind of hard mustard brown pieces. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to roll into a ball and then flatten it out with my fondant roller, creating a ruffle just like I did with the green-blue fondant. Now I'm going to roll out some more and we're going to create some arrows. So I'm going to take a chef's knife and just create very thin long pieces that are about 5 to 6 inches each. Cut out about 10 of these. Then I'm going to cut out some triangles to create the top of the arrow. And using a little bit of water, I'm going to attach the top to the stem. Are they called arrow stems? For this tutorial, they'll be called arrow stems. I kind of want her to be armorified. So I'm going to cut out 2 bracelets for her arms. Then I'm going to take 2 little dots of fondant, roll them out, and create some shoulder pads. Now I'm going to use some edible gold highlighter, and I'm going to brush all of these pieces down. First the arrows, then the ruffles. Then, very carefully, I'm going to brush it onto her arms. Now notice I've got a plate underneath to catch all the falling dust so it doesn't appear on the dress. So all of our fondant work is done, we can decorate this baby. First, I'm going to paint the brown fondant with some water so that our arrows stick. Then, I'm going to paint the blue-green fondant, but I'm going to paint it twice, and the second coat will give it texture. Now I've got some yellow icing, some white gumballs, some purple sixlets. Let's do this. Merida is not your typical Disney princess. She loves archery, she likes horseback riding, climbing mountains. I even heard that she's a NASCAR fan, but that's just speculation. If my mom were to tell me that I was gonna be in an arranged marriage, I would say, we need to work on your delivery because your jokes are not landing. Following your heart, blazing your own trail, choosing your own fate. It's very important to some of us. Merida is very unapologetic about doing that. And why is it that the people that she was supposed to marry were like on the D list of candidates? I mean, really? Like there was no Chris Hemsworth looking one? They all look like they were suitable to be in junior high, not marriage material. Merida is a very lucky Disney character. I mean, most Disney characters have 1 parent, if that, where Merida has 2. Sleeping Beauty had 2. But she didn't meet them till she was 16? What kind of... that doesn't count. I love the way that Merida interacts with her mom, and also Mama Bear, because that was really funny. Her mom wanted the best for her, and Merida saw that, which is why it was really important to mend the bond. Now I don't know how to sew, but even if I was a rock star at sewing, I don't think I'd be able to sew a quilt while riding a horse that was galloping full speed. That was impressive. Ta-da! Wow. Arrows on this side look awesome, but this messy bun is everything. It looks so woodsy. So what is your favorite thing about Merida? Let me know in the comments and let me know what you'd like me to make next. I will see you guys very soon. Bye!